Now you've probably seen the first video that gave you an introduction, hook sizes, yarn sizes, and selecting the type of yarn that you would like to use. So now I'm going to show you guys how to get started. So when you buy a skein of yarn, there is two ends to the yarn. There's the end that pulls out from the center, and there's the other end that actually unravels from the outside. It's personal preference which end you would like to use. I personally just pull from the center because it tends to unravel or tangle up less. So to get started, what you're going to do is you're going to take a few inches of this. Let me scoot it back a little more here. And you're going to make a knot. So you're going to hold your hook in your hand, and you can, some people hold it knife style, some people grip it like this, and there's a couple different hand holds. However it feels comfortable in your hand, that's the right way to do it. So the first thing you're going to do is you want to loop it over your finger, and you're going to make just a little loop. So that's all we have. But then you're going to take this little tail and bring it around the back, because what we're going to do with our hook is take it underneath that, and we're going to grab both ends and then just simply pull. And then you're going to grab the little short stubby side and pull it to get tighter. That is just how we're going to get our chain started. So with any project, it's going to start with a chain. If you're reading a pattern, it'll usually have the abbreviation CH and then a number. That's how many times it wants you to chain. So usually with a granny square, you're going to start with what they call a magic circle. And that is a chain of usually 4 to 6 chains that have been made into a loop. So in order to chain, you're going to hold your little pigtail here and then hold your hook facing you. You're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through. And that is one chain. And then yarn over again, pull through. We're going to do that a total of 6 times. So if you lose count, if you look at this, you've got 1, 2, 3, and then this little guy right here is 4. So there's a total of 4 on there. 5 and 6. So now that we've got our 6, So now what you should have is something like this. And if you hold it flat side up, you'll see that you can see each one of the individual chains. So then what we're going to do is you want to go all the way back here to this first one, and you're going to get just that one piece. And you're going to yarn over. So again, you have it right through the middle of the first one. Yarn over, and you're going to loop that back through and bring it through the other one. And now you should have a nice little ring. So you have just made a magic circle. So to get our granny square started, what you're going to do is we're going to do 2 more chains, and that's going to be what they call the base of a double crochet. So you're going to yarn over, and it gets a little tricky with that pigtail, but that's okay. You can just hold it out of the way. And you're going to do 1 and 2. And that is the first part of your double crochet to start your granny square. So now I'm going to show you how to do a double crochet. And there's 3 big stitches that you use with almost, I would say, 90% of base projects. That's going to be your single crochet, your double crochet, and your half double crochet. I like to also hold the tension on my yarn by wrapping it around my finger, and then that way I can squeeze to keep it from going too quickly. It also holds the tension when you're making your project. It doesn't have to be a really tight project. Usually if you make it too tight, it'll be harder to get your fingers through those little holes there. So what we're going to do is, you should have something like this. If you'll give me just a few minutes, I'll go ahead and start that with you. I don't want to make these videos too long. I want to make them a little bit easier to follow. So I'm going to make them into little segments. So at the end of video 2, you should have this.